whenever a player is hearing a deal from another player, what are things they need to be careful for? We kind of talked about edge cases.
Yes.
But what are some just very simple...
MTG Basics. Keep it basic.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Nameless cEDH podcast. I am Joseph, and I'm joined by...
Jonah.
Welcome in, Jonah. And how are you doing today?
Good. Doing good. Excited. A lot of stuff to talk about today.
Well, what are we talking about today, Jonah?
Today, we are talking about why you should make deals in cEDH and what you need to be looking for in taking deals or offering deals.
Yes, the right way to do it, the way to have your opponents either offer it to you or offer it to them, not get sucked into a bad deal or, get politicked, we'll say, into a bad deal. I think it's super important to talk about. I think recently, kind of you were saying to me earlier, people have been saying never take a deal, and I don't think that's right. I think it's important to take deals in cEDH.
Yeah, I definitely think, you can't play a 4-player game, any game.
No.
Even, let's use Catan.
Oh my gosh,
People have played Catan. You can't play any multiplayer game that is strategic and not take deals at some point.
Yeah, or just never trade for Catan, for example. I'll never trade. I'm that's just dumb.
It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. You never put yourself in a position where you actually could benefit yourself. And so I think cEDH is so complex, and there's so many facets of what could be happening
absolutely
throughout the game. But it's definitely important to make sure that you're making deals, and because one, it could help you get to where you are a part of the game. So sometimes they'll help you get into the game if you're not in it at all. They'll help you not lose a game.
They'll do something out of desperation because they need you, right? And they'll give you a good deal because they have to, stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. And so if you're just so close-minded, it doesn't really give you any benefit.
I agree.
You just you give the other players a better EV. Because if you're
not taking a deal.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're not willing to work with your opponents, because it's sometimes, and I don't remember who said this, but your teammate or your opponents or your teammates at some points and your enemies at others.
Absolutely.
And throughout an 80-minute game, it could change turn by turn.
It could change every 2 spells, right?
Exactly.
You could be there's an Adnos in the stack. That guy's the enemy. Well, it got countered. Now I need you to do everything to stop the other person.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. And so you give the person that you're playing against better EV if you're not in a position to take deals and work with your opponents.
Absolutely.
To stop them.
Before we go too much into the deals, we have a sponsor today, Tame Dog Sleeves. Thank you, Tame Dog. We've been using them for a little more than a month, maybe 2 months now. They do an amazing job based out of Denver here. Very, very cheap, very phenomenal sleeves. I'm still to have a sleeve split on me. I don't know about you, Jonah.
I haven't heard of anyone splitting a sleeve. I have the extra sleeves that it came with.
Yeah.
And I rub them together because they're so thick.
Yeah.
But they're not it's hard to describe. They're high quality is what
very
I
high
call
quality.
Them. Even though the price is very affordable, the product is surprisingly
incredible,
perfect and incredible for what I would expect from playing with sleeves and being tournament grinders. We resleeve all the time, constantly resleeving. And so these are ones that I actually get excited to resleeve. I've already had to resleeve a deck once, just off of personal preference. I just I like my cards to be completely, just perfectly pristine before big tournaments. But just recently resleeved for the Siege tournament.
Yep.
That happened. And so whenever I did that, I was so excited to put them in. I'm these sleeves are so nice.
They're really great. And this is not a bad word I use. I use the word grainy for these because they have a nice feel to them, and I actually like it.
They shuffle really nice.
Very nice. They're very clean. I don't have really problems shuffling at all. Again, never had a sleeve split yet. I really appreciate them, and a really good price. And don't forget to use code BASICS at checkout for
code BASICS
10% off.
Yeah, 10% off. So generous. And it's even on the case here, the $85 case, you get 10% off. So
just
definitely
number,
take advantage of that. And use Basics for everything.
On everything you can.
I think somebody said that Papa John's might work or something.
Probably.
I don't know. Use it at Taco Bell. See if they'll give you anything for it.
They'll know who you're talking about. We talked to them beforehand.
Say Jonah sent you.
All right, let's get into why your opponents should make deals with you.
Yeah, so I think the biggest reason is because at some point there is not enough resources in a single player's hand that you are able to stop someone.
Absolutely.
And
in any given game, right?
Yep.
Majority of games, you're not going to have Exodia and just be able to stop everyone.
Exactly. I mean, like, maybe 1 in like 15 games, I have 4 Rhystic Studies and Kinnan and Infinite Mana, and I absolutely do not care what's going on, and I'm stopping everything.
But that happens so infrequently, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, I said 1 in 15. It's really like 1 in 100 games that I'm like that
pure Exodia, right?
Pure Exodia. Like no one can stop me. But yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to not make deals with players. And the reason why you want to make deals is because we have turn order. And oftentimes, if you stop a player who is pushed and they thought it was their window, it gives the next player in their turn order a window if all of the resources are spent.
It gives them a natural window.
Exactly.
I think the other really important thing is to make sure that you are seeing how complex board states are in cEDH. Obviously, they're very different all the time, but seeing that if you do give someone a window, they can easily take advantage of it compared to maybe they won't be able to take advantage of it depending on their deck or their size of their hand or the amount of mana they have. So sometimes it's more okay to, stop someone and let them go to the next player's turn if you don't have as much. But other times it's very much so not okay. Like there's a Grand Abolish sitting on the board and we're about to pass to them. That's probably a red flag. Like let's not totally stop this player. Let's make a deal with them to not lose to the next player.
Exactly. And I think the game awareness of this just comes with experience.
Absolutely.
Where like if I have 15 cards in hand, I've been fed heavily off heuristic. If I use one of my 4 pieces of interaction on something, I'm not going to make a deal with a player. Like there's no reason to. A player shouldn't be taking a deal from me.
Yeah.
But these situations come up where you kind of have played enough games. You can do some mental math. You can look at, people's body language, 1. You can look at board states, 2. You can just kind of get a feel for whenever another player might have a window.
Yep.
And so asking them to make a deal so that, you don't lose the game to them next and you stop the current player.
Absolutely. Very, very important, right? You want to make sure that, and kind of like you're saying, the tells. The live tells is the best way I describe it, of like, they're being a little antsier than they were earlier, or they're shuffling their cards more, or they're kind of looking around and like, what are you doing right now? It's like they clearly might have an answer to something, right?
Yeah.
A time where it might be more incentive for them to use it first, even if they were already going to use it first. You don't have to necessarily make a deal, but you can have them use their resources before you use yours. And that's the good part of the multiplayer format, right? Everyone has priority. Everyone has some ability to do something sometimes, and not everyone always. But if your opponent uses their stuff first, that's probably good for you because then you get to keep your counterspell and they lose one. Right?
Exactly. Yep, absolutely. So let's just give an example of this. So a player has a Basalt Monolith on the stack.
Yep.
The player to the next player in turn order, they don't have any interaction. The player, let's say that, you're last in interaction. The player after them is just, they're a lame duck. They don't have anything at all.
Yep.
And then you have a 1 piece of interaction. Well, the player who's next in turn order, they've tutored twice.
Yep.
And so if they don't have any interaction and they've tutored twice, I'm going to assume that they have put themselves in a position where they can win the game.
Absolutely.
And so I am going to offer, I will interact with this only on the premise that, I see another turn or I see another end step or
exactly.
however specifically you want to word. I think that the deal needs to be simple. I don't think that it needs to be complicated. We can get into that, but I get another end step if I interact with this. And, a player may or may not disagree. They might say, hey, I don't think so. And the deal could, change, drastically
right?
Where the player with the, Basalt Monolith, maybe the deal comes from them of like, hey, I won't interact with this to save for them if you never activate or don't cast or whatever. It gets complicated, but you just have to make the deal in which you are going to lose if the Basalt Monolith resolves.
Yep.
And if you counter it, you are going to lose to the next player in turn order.
Very
and so you
hard,
have
right?
to do, you have to make a deal that makes sense to the players in your game and for yourself. And
Absolutely.
so that's the most simple reason of why a player would want to make a deal is I'm going to lose now or I'm going to lose immediately next. And so me interacting and using my resources on this makes no sense at all.
Because I still lose if I do it, right?
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing and most important to highlight here. If I am to counter the Basalt Monolith of player 1, I lose to player 2 because they tutor twice. So that's almost a guarantee that I lose to them. If I don't use it and make a deal with player 1, we can go into player two's turn. I have interaction for them if they decide to push. So I don't have to. And I can use it if they try and push, right? But now I have a guarantee out of player one. And hopefully I get back to my turn where I can potentially push myself. Because as part of making deals is important, you are trying to negotiate the terms of your deal to be good for the other player, but better for yourself.
Exactly.
You want to have an edge in the deal, even if it's very slight, even if, again, it's 51%, 49% in your favor, where you get something better than they did, but they still got something very good.
Yeah, and let's use that example. So, like, let's say that player who tutored twice, they don't push on your turn, and you agree to get another end step.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how that deal was advantageous for me, because a lot of people don't see it like that, right? They're like, well,
fully comprehend the
you used your
idea.
counter spell and didn't get anything really out of it. I got a whole nother turn. I went from guaranteeing that I was going to lose to guaranteeing that I got another turn. And I don't know how many cards in Magic can guarantee you that besides just using your mouth, right? And so you bought yourself another turn. You raised the chances of you participating in that game when at that point in time you could not. And
From
so
0 to any amount, even if it's 1%, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And so I think that, a lot of people are scared to make deals because they think that, they've made bad deals in the past and they think that as soon as I make a deal, I'm just going to lose. Nothing's going to, nothing is going to make sense. The other players are always, out to get me. And I think we kind of talked about it before ad nauseum that, you need to make deals to give yourself a better EV.
Absolutely.
And not give free wins to your opponents, but also, just not losing the game sometimes.
It's the most important thing.
The most important thing. Even if it's a draw. I know I'm not saying that you need to quickly take draws, is what I'm saying. But sometimes if the only agreement all the players can come to is, you know what, fine, I'll take a draw here. I don't think it should be the first conversation.
No, not at all. Never.
It should be probably one of your last conversations. Like that is usually like my last pocket card that like everybody's agreed, or disagreed to everything. I'm like literally like the win is on the stack and I'm getting big fat goose egg for this Swiss round. Then like maybe offer a draw, but even a draw is better in especially Swiss than 0 points. Like that can bubble you out. Like move on to your next round. Know that in your next round, okay, I really don't want to draw here. And then just keep moving forward. But even a draw is better EV. Like
you'll always get a point out of it rather than nothing.
Exactly. Sometimes the deal is still taking a draw. So you just have to have this mindset of what is my best EV play right now? How am I getting out of it? And how can my opponents make deals that are reasonable for me and reasonable for them? And so let's kind of just get into what kind of deals you should be offering and what kind of deals, make sense to your opponents. Like, how do you convince your opponent to take a deal?
I think the thing I always look at first when either proposing a deal or being offered a deal to me is what do I get out of this and how much of a percentage, kind of like we were saying earlier, do I have to now win this game if I accept this deal with someone? What are my chances before? Do I have a better or worse odds in my mind of winning this game if I take the deal besides don't take the deal?
Yes.
If it's not 0 in any of them, or if I go from 0 to 1%, I should probably take the deal. Yeah. And if I go from any amount to 0, I probably shouldn't take that deal. And there's also some in between of like, I think I have a 90% chance of winning, but I only have a 50% chance of winning if I take this deal. And probably shouldn't take that deal. Like there's a lot of intricacies. There's a lot of pieces that add to it. A lot of, well, this person has a stacked piece and this person has a draw engine. This person has a bunch of mana, right? These are all important variables. But the biggest thing is try and understand your odds of winning that game in that moment when you make that decision. That's what I look at.
Yeah. I have two examples for that. One is do not take deals in which you're going to lose later. And I think the perfect example is the time walk, 2 turns, don't interact with me, heard around the world of like if the deal, if you're losing immediately and a player says you cannot win for the next 90 minutes or interact with me, you're losing later.
That is a not deal. You didn't get made a deal. You signed a death.
Exactly. Like just take your death there. But I think another example for me is at Royal Rumble, a player had 3 cards in hand.
Yeah.
And they were going to tutor. So I made a deal that I would not that I would they asked, could I, will you let me do whatever I want on my turn if I remove a player? And this player had not tutored, had not done anything.
Sure.
So in that moment, I thought, if I let them do whatever they want on their turn, they're going to resolve something scary, sure. But with 2 cards in hand and the third one, a tutor that they were going to use for removal, if I let them do whatever they wanted, that was their first tutor too. And we had been in a grind fest forever to remove a piece that was giving me 0% chance of winning the game.
Sure.
It was a God Pharaoh statue, and we had already been portaled, and it was a nightmare. So I needed the God Pharaoh statue gone to just play the game.
Yeah.
And
to even have a chance of winning.
I said, sure, if you tutor for this removal and play it, I will not interact with your next spell. Because it unlocked me. And they had natural Thoracle Decon just in hand, just from the get-go. And did I make a bad deal there? Yes. But did I think that my EV was better for them removing a God Pharaoh statue?
Also, yes.
Yes, I did. Like I didn't think that they just had over the course of 6 turns and all of us getting our teeth kicked in, they just had Thassa Decon in hand.
The last 2 cards.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And even with their tutor removing, like they had Xaxis mana to do it. And so,
for everything. Right?
For everything. But I still don't think I made a bad deal there, because my odds of winning that game, if the board state had been kept around of God Pharaoh statue,
we're basically 0.
I was dead no matter what.
Yeah.
But if I ask them to use their tutor and make an agreement to not, even if a Necro resolved, I still
they have a chance of winning also.
I still hope I get another turn, right?
But you might win instead.
And so, I mean, I got unlucky, but in that moment, I had the best odds of winning if the God Pharaoh statue was removed and I didn't interact with whatever they did on their turn. Yeah. With exactly 3 mana.
And that's, I think, another important thing of what we were saying earlier as well. When you made a bad deal in the past, you might get incentivized to not make a deal in the future.
Yep.
And I don't think that should be the case. I think you should just learn from it and make a better deal in the future, or propose something, even if it's 50-50 for you and your opponent, like good for them, good for you. And it's not like in anyone's favor per se. I think a lot of the time I've been in parts where I could be like, I can kill this guy and we can 1v1.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not like I'm going to win after I kill the guy. I just passed you and you try and win and I try and stop you. Like we do that, right? And that's become more of a, I think, solution I've tried to fix and create if I can, because then I actually can only lose to this one person. I can't randomly lose to one of the other 2 people who are out of the game, maybe. They're just, dead. I think very relative to this discussion, though, is like, know what you're saying and hold the weight of what you're saying in a deal.
Yep. And
don't let your opponents change your mind either while making the deal or try and go around what you said. Because again, there's a thing called lying, right? You can just lie when you make a deal. So if you're going to hold them to it, make sure you do. And something that I personally, and some of us at Basics do a lot, is like, if that happens to us where we get lied to in a deal we made or something like that, I just do my best to personally tell other people. I'm not going to like go make a whole scene about it, but I'm going to be like, from now on, if I ever play against you or see you playing someone, I'm going to tell everyone in the pod that you are a liar.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say like it's hard, because like I think Max P calls it the spirit of the deal, right? So like if let's use the classic example. This is like the absolute perfect example of not making a good deal is, hey, if you let my Grand Abolisher resolve and you don't force of will it, I will not win on this turn.
Yep.
And so Jason got me with this once when I first started playing with him. So I learned it the hard way, but I was like, sure, not going to win on this turn. Yep. I'm going to win on my turn. He doesn't even know what's going on. Grand Abolisher resolves, Final Fortune, right? And
wins the next turn.
Wins on the next turn. So one, that's a bad deal to take. If a player is doing that, you need to be, quickly, don't add too much to your deals or what you're talking about. Try to keep them simple, because if you overcomplex a deal, one, someone's probably not going to take it.
Yeah.
And 2, if your deal isn't clear and concise, they're not going to know how to hold it, right? People try to make vague deals to manipulate other players where they're like, you can only do that when I say so.
They just never say so.
And then they just never say so or something. And so like there's weird gray areas, but with the Grand Abolisher Final Fortune thing, there's the spirit of the deal, which is what was the intent of the deal, and Max P uses that phrase, and so I don't really think that going against the spirit of the deal is necessarily lying, because you didn't verbatim
say those words.
You lawyer lied is what I would say. But I still think that is just as negative as lying, because like you said, in the future, people aren't going to be able to make deals with you. They're going to know every time that you offer me a deal, I now have to think about every edge of that deal and think, okay, he said he wouldn't activate his Basalt Monolith. Is there another thing that he's going to play that is going to, let him clone it? Or does he have something on board currently, like a Mirage Mirror, that is going to let him make a copy of his
Basalt Monolith?
Basalt Monolith.
Yeah, whatever it is.
And, even though his, outlet might be gone, he still has infinite mana.
That's pretty good.
Colorless infinite mana is pretty cool. No matter how it goes. But, you have to think. And so when players start breaking the spirit of their deals, it definitely makes it harder for them to, get people to make deals and be trusted in the future. So I do compare it to lying, because it has the same negative impact on you.
Absolutely.
That lying did, is because, even though you're not going to be labeled a liar, you're still going to be untrustworthy.
Absolutely. This is a smaller thing I want to bring up, and I've talked about it a lot with some people recently. It's like bluffing compared to lying is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it's always right to do, but I think there's a large gap in between bluffing and lying of, I'm saying I can do this thing versus I will do this thing, or I'm saying I can cast a spell when I maybe can't. There's definitely some things I don't want to get into all right now.
Yeah,
but we could do a whole episode also again on that.
I was gonna say we've already done one. We could do probably 3 more. But yeah, I think that it's important when you make your deal that it's easy to understand.
Yep.
You're offering the player a reason of why they should take it. Either you're not going to waste resources on them. And I have tons of examples of this just from gameplay. I had a turn 2 Ristic study that a player, that is all I had. I had nothing else. It was my last card in hand. Turn 2 Ristic study that I had agreed that I would only draw every other card.
Yeah.
And that player told me that if I did not agree to that, they would counter it.
Yeah.
And I tried to call their bluff. They put, they started to cast the spell. And in my head, I thought, if this gets resolved and I'm hellbent, I have a 0% chance of drawing cards
and winning this
Not
game.
even and winning the game. I mean, I could top deck something, like who knows?
Maybe,
maybe. But I draw 0 cards. Okay. And then so I did think, I said, look, I will draw every other card until I make a copy of this Ristic study or I bounce it or something like that. I said, if I ever replay this or I make a copy of it, it's a different deal entirely. And they agreed to that. And so I went from, I tried to call their bluff of like, you're
counter it.
Yeah. And then they actually, wow, they were going to counter it. And then I was like, wait. I'll take your deal. And so, I went from, I was going to get 0 cards to even drawing every other card helped me get back into that game.
Absolutely.
And so like, that's just the point in which it's a perfect example of what is the edges of this deal. Okay, I don't want them applying this to my futuristic studies, or if I bounce it and replay it, I don't want them, trying to guilt me into saying it's the same deal.
Yep.
But at the same time, my Ristics are going to be countered. I'm going to sit here and do nothing.
Yep.
So is it better to draw 0 cards or draw every other card? And so at that
every other card,
my exact moment, I was like, well, I'm drawing every other card.
I think it's also very important to note, besides the important, like, they have a counter, they're going to talk to you about it. Now you have to like make a decision. I generally do the same thing of calling their bluff, right? Where you say, hey, I don't care if you counter this. I have 3 more really good spells in my hand. Or whatever it is. It depends on the deck. This is more like raw from me. But like, hey man, you do it. You'll waste that counter spell on me. The next guy will win. I don't care. Sounds good. You decide your fate. Or you just let this dig spell resolve and probably nothing happens and you didn't waste a counter spell. Like, you just have to like talk to them and kind of like make them think about it more.
Sure.
And a lot of the time it actually helps. Or they're like, maybe this is stupid. Maybe I shouldn't do this. And I'm not like straight up like disagreeing with their decision. I'm just like, you think about this for more than 2 seconds. Like, I know you have a counter spell you really want to use for some reason, but like, you're going to lose if you don't have a counter spell in your head. And if that's your last one, probably shouldn't do it on this not game-winning spell.
Exactly.
The incremental value, right, of doing a little bit more at a time is very good for you, and your opponent still gets to keep their interaction. So they think they're still winning that like battle.
Yep.
But I think that's the other biggest thing that I try and do is, I want the incremental value if there's a counterspell I'm being seen. Until I can stop it, I'm just going to keep going a little bit at a time.
Exactly. Yeah, I do agree with that. Pause, side segue into where you can take these skills that we've talked about so far to upcoming Excalibur events.
What? Like which ones, Jonah?
Pittsburgh in 2026.
What?
July 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Absolutely. And it's going to be Eric Beagle and Ty Ohio commentating. It's going to be a blast.
So good.
Going to be there. And which other one?
We are going to Columbus.
I'll be commentating.
You will be commentating. That's right. You will be commentating.
It's going to be myself and Eric Beagle from Critical as well.
July 24th through the 26th on that one.
Are you going to these, Jonah?
I do not know. With my family emergencies that come, I want to make them. Excalibur events are so good. It's like, honestly, Fishbowl and Excalibur events are so well ran, and you know what you're getting. You know that the vibes are always going to be good. They're professionally ran. Like,
there are very few problems at any of these events in the past year plus for me. So
no, honestly,
very, very good.
Like I used to enjoy my cEDH drama after every tournament, like eat my popcorn and scroll the Twitter. But now it's like doesn't happen a whole lot because like sometimes a lot of the times it was like TO drama that was going on. Like the TOs were not running tournaments well. And with the Excalibur events, it's like somebody lied to each other. Like we might have
that's all the drama we get.
That's all the drama we're gonna get because like the events are just so well ran at this point, and Baldy does a great job, and his team, they're always fair, they're always very professional, and
they've got it down to pretty good science now. I think the hardest part is if the event doesn't hit as many people, but I know these ones will because they're going to be great and they've been advertised. That's what we're doing right now.
They're so good. And then there is
that was an earlier one.
Valley Forge.
August. Never mind. Yep.
And August the 14th through the 16th.
Yes.
And it looks like Riftbound too.
They've been doing some really
like
big
mixing other events in. So like even if you don't want to play cEDH, you can go play these other events at these tournaments. Niagara Falls.
Pre-modern for that.
That's
a big one.
That is a big one. That's exploding right now.
Absolutely.
That is, I've like started to like peek my ears up at it because it's like people keep talking about it. I'm like, what?
You want to buy 4 Mox Diamonds right now?
That's the only part keeping me back. Yeah, watch our proxy video.
And 4 LEDs? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's get back into it. So whenever a player is hearing a deal from another player, what are things they need to be careful for? We kind of talked about edge cases.
Yes.
But what are some just very simple as a new player, you need to be looking out for these edge cases that people leave out of these deals to prey on new players?
It's going to be a lot of expertise is relevant in these situations, but I'm going to do some of the very basic overview ones. If they're saying what they will not do, that usually means they have something in mind they're going to do.
Yep.
So then what you should generally be asking them is, well, what are you going to do? I don't care what you're not going to do. Like, you're not going to win the game in this way. You're going to win the game a different way, right? Because you're saying you're not going to do this. What are you going to do on your turn? And that's the question that always gets them to go,
I will not cast Breach on my turn.
Like, that doesn't matter, bro.
Okay.
You're going to cast the Thassa's Oracle and the Demonic Cult. Like, you're going to win the game.
Exactly.
And just so you didn't cast a Breach or, a Grand Abolisher, you cast a Voice of Victory, right? So you're just like, tell me what you're going to do. And if you can't answer my question, I'm countering whatever you're doing or not making a deal with you because I can't trust you.
Yep.
And if you can't fully trust the player you're making a deal with, you probably shouldn't be making a deal with them. Not to say that you shouldn't trust people always. Like, there's a time and place to trust people in a deal. But if they're being sketchy about how they're wording things or how they're saying they're going to interact or what they're going to do, or someone's told you they've lied before, there's importances to like, maybe I don't make a deal with you. And that's okay. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't make a deal with someone every time, but be wary.
Yeah, definitely be wary. If a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Almost always.
And by that, I mean like, the Grand Abolisher resolves, I won't win on my turn. I will resolve this Basalt, and I will not cast any spells with my infinite mana. They're going to activate Thrasios. Spoiler alert.
Yep.
There's just like what you said. If they're telling you what they're not going to do, ask what they're going to do.
Yep.
Because it typically the devil's in the details there.
Absolutely.
What else should players not do? I don't think players should be taking deals in which give another player all of their information
Yeah.
for them to interact. I see that all the time.
I agree.
A player has 15 cards in hand. The other players don't have interaction. And so they have the resources to be dealing with the board state.
Yeah.
This is not a point in which they should take a deal. And I see all the time a player's like, I will not counter the spell unless you show me your entire hand. And there are time and a place for this.
If you have one card in your hand, it's
one
a
card in
counterspell.
hand. Yeah, like maybe it's, it gets a little gray area, like where it's like really is their last counterspell.
Yeah.
I think a better deal is like telling them I will not be winning on my next turn, or I will not be winning
right now, or
right
something
now,
like that,
or
yeah.
something. You got to be careful that you don't put yourself in a position where you can never win.
Yeah.
So
That's another part of the deal, right? Making a good deal for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, maybe it's like, oh, I'm just going to, do something past turn. But giving another player your entire hand just so they'll interact, or just so they'll do like the bare minimum.
All that information.
All of that information, especially to really good players, is all they need to know.
Yeah.
So they know how they can win, how you can stop them from winning. Because your interaction in your hand might not kill a creature, which is how you're losing.
Nope.
But it might counter their I keep saying Basalt Monolith because I'm a Kinnan player.
Keep using it, yeah.
Yeah, Basalt Monolith. Fun fact, that card wins the game. I'm never resolving a Basalt Monolith again after this video.
It's decent.
Because
we told them to stop letting it resolve.
Yeah, exactly. but yeah, I mean, like it gives them so much information. And usually, especially like I see this all the time where a player has like 4 Rhystic Studies and they just have Exodia going on and they're like, I'm not interacting with this unless you show me your hand. And players just fold because they're like, I'm going to lose the game. I have to show them my hand.
Don't let them bully
like
you.
you said, call their bluff.
Yeah.
Call their bluff. Just be like, no,
I pass priority, bro.
I'm passing priority. Like, I'm not doing it. Or, make a deal, counter their deal and make it reasonable. Be like, you know what? I will not win on this turn. I will be passing my turn to the next player after I, play what I need to play. And, if they still don't trust you and you lose the game,
that's on them.
As much as we're talking about deals, and I think I hit on this a little bit earlier, as much as we're talking about deals, you cannot make deals in a sense that just can make another player.
Absolutely. It's really, really bad.
I said earlier that like drawing is fine, but sometimes players are just so desperate in that moment not to lose. And I've done it so many times and Raoul is really good at this.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Raoul die with 3 counterspells in hand because another player had drawn their entire deck. They had priority first. They were priority bullying Raoul. And they were like, hey, if you don't cast that pact that you revealed on your Thrasios, we're dying. And I have just...
Sounds good.
Yeah, I've just seen, cool, pass.
Yep.
And then they die.
Yeah.
Right? Like because you're going to lose regardless and the deals don't make sense. And so, yeah, I mean, if players really aren't willing to work with you, don't be afraid to lose the game. Because that teaches them a lesson for later of why they need to come back and watch this video and make better deals. It really, truly is. Because some of the best players in the world make deals that make sense.
Yeah.
Sure, just sometimes, even the best players in the world make bad deals.
Oh, absolutely. I've had to make plenty of bad deals. I don't want to, right? But
yeah.
Again, if it makes my chance of winning 0% to 2%, I might make that bad deal because I don't have another option.
But if you watch high level gameplay, they are constantly making deals and working together and learning when their opponent might be a teammate and then might be their enemy.
Exactly.
And so if you're not assessing and making deals and working together at some points, you're just going to lose all your games.
I think another really important thing that I do and try to do is a sign of good faith. I know most players who are, we'll say high level or play a lot and grind Magic tournaments, like they will never use interaction first, and they'll do the priority bullying thing and just be like, well, I'm not interacting with this, kind of like you were saying. I actually, at a lot of the time, out of a sign of good faith, if I have a lot of cards or I have interaction, I'll go first because they don't want to use theirs first because they're scared to use theirs first. They're scared they're going to lose. I'll be like, you just have to back me up. I'll go first. It shows them that you are so willing to work with them that you're actually just not even making a deal. You're just using it first.
Evan uses that beautifully.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's like one of his best abilities to get people on his side.
Yep.
Is, and you're right. It's in those high resource games where everybody doesn't want to use their counter spells first, but everybody has 10. That's a deal.
Yep.
Hey guys, I'll get this one. I need you guys to get the next one.
Like I need you to feed me some more cards with my wrist stick or whatever it is.
I need us to work together, but I'm gonna go first. And
sign in good faith.
That is a deal, believe it or not. Like these little intricacies are deals. And even though it might be an unsaid thing, or, you know, people might be like, oh, well, you got to get, you know, the next one too.
Yeah.
You can still have that conversation, but yeah, just, hey guys, I'm going to get this one. I need help on the next one, or I need you to cast spells so I can draw more cards.
Yeah. And you might have 10 counterspells in your hand.
Because I'm not comfortable with the level of interaction that I have going into this stack battle, something like that. But you're building rapport with the table, and that can help you later.
Exactly.
They'll
trust you as well.
Exactly.
Hopefully trust you as well.
Yep. Let's get into the rapport just a little bit. I want to hit on that.
Yeah.
So what do I mean by rapport? Rapport is the connection that you build even quickly with people that you don't know, or that maybe that you play with a long time.
Yep.
And I always sit down at a table, and I think there are very few players who are really, really good that can just be assholes.
Yeah.
Like
they're able to be assholes.
Yeah,
right?
it's really hard to do where you're just always the bad guy. And so, and building rapport is sitting down, asking people's names, asking what their pronouns are. If you traveled for a tournament, like
where
the
you
Fish
from?
Bowl,
Yeah.
ask them where they're from, ask them what decks they normally play. Build that rapport with those players. One, because everybody's nervous. In Magic, we just need to have fun. But two,
we're all a bunch of nerds.
Being nice really does help you later, because you might be in a situation where, hey, I can't interact with this. I know I'm scary. I need you to believe me. Here are the 7 lands I drew off my Ristic study, because it happens. This is why I need you to interact.
Yep.
And because you have built rapport with the players at that table, you're able to make these deals, and people are able to trust you.
Yep. Super, super, super important to realize. I think going off of the same point, right? Like if you are, you know, a nice person or a helpful person in someone else's mind, they're more incentivized to help you and give you a better deal, or just counter the thing first, right? Like we were just saying, like if they're like, well, he's nice, he's made a deal with me to not like win on this turn, I'll go first. I'll do the thing. Right?
I've had people who have, just because I was nice to them, I didn't manipulate them.
No, yeah.
Just because I was nice, they at the end of a game, they were like, I had this to blow up your heuristic study. I just felt like I was going to be a jerk. And, you know, is that their best play? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Was I nice to them knowing that they had that? No. But it never hurts to not be nice, right? Like it never hurts to not be nice. So it's advantageous. And I do consider that part of deal making, because that rapport that you build with people is going to help you make deals later, or they're not going to blow up your heuristic study and let you win a game.
I super, super agree.
So, yeah. Any other closing thoughts on the deal making?
I do really want to reiterate the fact that if you are in a position where you cannot win and you have very little, 0 to no outs, right, of like doing anything to push this game, but someone offers you a deal that's better for them, but gives you a chance to win the game, you still a lot of the time take it, but it's not always.
Yep.
It is relevant to think like, I'm basically just king making by taking this deal, right? Like, sure, my odds go up to, 0.1% from 0 or whatever, a very low odd or something like that, 1% even, just like, I could win now, but like if I do this, you almost guaranteed win. And I just stop the person who is pushing right now. So there's also times where it's important to say, hey, I don't have a dog in this fight. Like you're just giving me this thing for free to help you, but I'm not actually like gonna help you to stop the other guy.
Like when I have no incentive. Draw, right?
Yeah.
Like
that Tataru draw, triggers your Bowmaster, which kills their stacks piece, which lets you win the game. But like, nah, I'll just decline it so I don't king make you the next guy. Like I have no incentive to that besides getting like, one card to let you win right now.
Yep.
So it's important to know like your opponents don't always have your best interest at heart.
Nope.
Their deals are generally going to be good for them, right? There's edge cases where they have to do a bad deal for themselves, but they're going to try and get the most out of a deal if they offer it to you. And you should, if you offer a deal to someone, do the same.
Yep,
so
exactly.
Remember that.
Yep. And it's entirely okay to word a deal in which you give yourself wiggle room.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. But try to stick to the spirit of the deal. And sometimes deals end up in draws. Sometimes
absolutely.
That's just, no one likes taking a draw. No. If you like taking a draw, I think
you're playing the wrong
to.
Format.
Yeah, I think you need to just like maybe reassess your competitive level. But 5 points and 0 points, 1 point is
That's a big difference from 0.
It is a big difference from 0. So like
it's an infinite
everybody
gain from
wants
0.
5 points. Obviously, everybody sits down for 5 points.
Yep.
But sometimes when that needle drops to 1% and the only deal I can take is that this player has offered me a draw and isn't convinced of anything else.
I guess I have to.
Just take it. Yeah.
Again, not incentivizing only taking draws, just doing it if you have to.
Yep. Exactly. So I guess with that, let's jump into
NBC Kinnan.
the Thrasios corner, which is going to be the no bad cards Kinnan corner.
Kinnan corner. That actually is a nice little ring to it.
So yeah, I guess talking about this list, this is my most recently updated list.
Yeah.
That I played at the Siege. So this list is still doing the Ristic Study, aggressive, find Ristic Study, put it out.
Yeah.
But something that I've actually been talking to Evan about recently, my Badger Mole Cub is in the sideboard because
dude, it's so good.
It is so good. I want to play it so bad. It and Gene Pollinator just keep like trading places.
Sorry, super quick. I think this card should still be played in that deck. When I was playing NBC for a minute, I was playing it and it was really good. I think you should play it. But yeah.
All right. It might go back in. It's so cute. I have like the full art one too. It's adorable. But I think that I was kind of struggling with this deck for a while and in a little bit of a slump. And I think that the thing that I learned with this list, and it's not so much cards, is that I need to trust the deck. And I've been mulliganing really aggressively. I was, kind of Ristic Fish or a way to find it or bust.
Yeah.
Rather than keeping the hands that are okay. Because I thought the hands had to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really changed how if you trust the deck and you keep the hands that are, are going to get you through turn 2, right? It's the Wan Shi Tong hands. I have a lot of mana on a Mold of 4, and sometimes I would think, or let's say a Mold of 5 actually, a lot of mana on a Mold of 5, and I'm thinking, do I keep this and hopefully whatever I draw I can cast, or do I just keep going lower for a fish? And this is a deck that you really just have to trust. So you have to make smart plays. You have to really think that you have a plan, which is typically like turn 2 draw engine. Worst case, turn 3, like you're sticking a Ristic Study or Con Sphinx.
Yeah.
But also just trusting the deck and knowing that it has so many ways to get there, that you don't have to, go to 2 cards or bust looking for one of these. And so that's really helped my gameplay and the way that I've been looking at this list. Because at first I wasn't mulliganing aggressively enough.
Yeah.
And I kind of just like put the needle a little bit too, pedal to the floor
Yeah.
a little too hard on that. So yeah, just learning to trust this deck list and definitely making sure that like, okay, that Wan Shi Tong is only going to draw me 1 card a turn maybe, but because I kept the Wan Shi Tong and a bunch of other mana, whatever I draw, I'm going to be able to play.
And you won't look as scary and you have more value. Yeah, exactly.
So just trusting the deck, making sure that I'm giving it the benefit to lead me to where I need to go rather than, trying to force it and then mulliganing so aggressively that I've given myself no chance before I've even started the game.
True.
So
I do this sometimes with Raul as well. I'm going to ask you on the fly a question, and I want you to think about it. I've been playing a lot more modern and playing Neo Brand specifically. It's just you just get a Grizzle Brand into play. It's
okay, very
fast. Turn 2, 2 to 3. But the deck in sideboard plays a natural state and natural order, which if you don't know, they just say destroy target artifact or enchantment. Some of them are 3 or less. Some of them are just any.
Okay.
They might gain life. How do you feel, even though you're playing no bad cards and trying to clone and get more Ristic Studies, the time comes in a lot of games where you need to destroy your opponent's draw engines or, their Smothering Tides or whatever. Would that be something you'd ever consider?
I would consider it. I think that I kind of am on the fence about like Steel Enchantment or like
that card's good.
Or even like an Aura Thief and running like Eldritch Evolution,
Neoform
type things. But yeah, I do like the idea because the whole point of this deck, I'm gonna say, even though this was only like 4 months ago, before the slot meta happened, this deck was at the peak of everything because no one was doing it.
No.
I think it is still one of the best plans to do.
Yep.
If you are confident in playing around the slot and stack interactions. But I do like the idea of taking people off of their Ristic Studies because the whole point of the deck is that I have more draws than you.
Yes.
And when you're sitting around and your Roggish eyes are also having 3 Rhystic Studies, and your Rog Thrasis also have 4 Rhystic Studies, your eyes start getting wider as you look around, and you're like, wow,
Oh crap! What's going on?
I don't really have advantage anymore. I'm just playing
some cards.
Cards. Like, this is not, my stuff's never resolving. So yeah, I do like that. I like the idea better of taking them.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah, destroying. I mean, I've started besaging people's
absolutely
Rhystic Studies and smothering.
My God,
stuff, because it's like, well, I don't have a clone in hand. It's getting exploded.
Yeah,
and
it's the same rate, right? Like you almost always have a legendary creature, so it's usually 1 mana. And sure, you can't counterspell it in any way, but the effect I think is still worth it right now in the format. It also hits some niche cases of wow, it does blow up a Basalt Monolith, and wow, it does blow up a mana vault that Rog side needs for their Admos, or things like that.
Let's give an example of the whole thing is don't counter the Rhystics or the fishes because the next player will play them. Well, if you go a whole turn rotation and nobody's played one,
destroy it.
Just blow it up.
Yeah.
All right, well, nobody else played one.
Or, they have a turn 1 seat 1 Rhystic. You're like, all right, guys, don't feed. I'm seat 4. I'll feed 1 card, but it'll make sure we don't lose. You just blow it up.
Yeah,
then you're fine. Yeah. I think the effect is pretty good.
If there is everybody plays turn 1 fish and then it comes to you, I mean, don't just blow up one of the fishes for no reason, obviously.
Yeah, have a good reason to do it, but I think it's considerable right now with how sloppy it is.
I agree. The slop's a little gross, and the deck is a little bit losing its advantage of drawing so many cards when everybody's
doing the same thing.
Yeah. So
all right, let's look at a mulligan, Jonah.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna say a number, and we'll refresh if need be. All right, this hand. What do you think?
This hand. Let's look. This is a mulligan. So this hand doesn't really have turn 2 draw engine. Nezval is a draw engine, but we don't have enough rocks to play it out. If this hand was a lot of rocks, then sure, I would definitely keep it.
Or even Drift of Phantasm, I think makes this hand a little bit better. Yeah. Some other things like that. Just a little slow.
Yeah, let's go next.
Second 7.
This is a keep all day. So I am playing. We'll just draw for turn.
I guess we're playing a dork turn.
Why don't these hands find me regularly?
I guess, are you still playing a dork or are you playing the fish?
I am playing the fish. So,
you're still playing the fish? Okay.
Yep. The reason being is because I want to get my draw engine out as quickly as possible.
Yep.
So I am going to play the fish. Let's say I'm going to draw 1 card. I'm going to be really... really minimal. Oh my gosh, where are these hands when I need them?
That was a good draw.
We're gonna go to my turn, and I think
you still pay.
I'm gonna pay for the fish. Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna add a counter. We're gonna draw for turn. Oh my gosh, what?
Oh my god.
All right, this is why we play this deck, guys.
I mean, you don't care about that one.
You were winning this game no matter what happens. And we're just gonna play the Finhorn Elf.
Yeah. Because next turn now you can pay for the fish, have an extra land up. Second land you can go Mana Vault, Rhystic Study, worst case.
Exactly. That's the plan.
Super good.
Yep, next turn.
Even if you draw no
just
cards.
Play this last one out. We're going to pretend like I fetched for a breeding pool with this. We paid for our
Fishy
Fool. So that was paid for fish. This is fetch for breeding pool.
Mana Vault.
Play the Mana Vault. Play your Rhystic Study. Oh, yeah. So after this, whether you keep paying for the fish really just depends on the game state.
Yeah.
What you draw. At this point, you're going to draw 10 cards because it's turn 3. Yeah.
Also, we didn't draw any for the turn 2 pay for fish. So assuming we got some more cards off of that as well, it just gets better here, right?
Yeah, it just gets better. But
this is super insanely good.
Yeah, this is so good. You're most likely, unless Roggish Eye or the other decks are copying.
There's got to be a Squelcher on the stack and you die horribly or something.
Yeah. I mean, we currently just have a Fluster with no mana to pay. You could just move straight into Blue Farm's turn, cast Grand Abolisher, and then look, we lost.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's perfect, but your EV of winning with this hand is so high.
Very high. All right, and I don't think you needed the Rhystic at all. This was just a good one.
Let's mull kind of low. This is a good example of a trap hand. So this is a first 7. It's a lot of mana. Sure, we have, I'm just playing this out. You have a ton of mana, but you have nothing to do with it. So we can get Kinnan out, turn 2. Even if you sack your Lotus Petal, which I wouldn't, like, there's just not much going on here.
You have nothing to do.
Exactly.
You have one
so,
counter.
Like,
but
even if we draw for turn, we have a Clever Impersonator.
Didn't know that, but oh well.
We didn't know that, but also, like, there might not be anything worth cloning.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody played a Deafening Silence and another played a, I don't know, a random dork, like, you really want to pay 4 mana and clone another dork? Like, when the plan Z for this deck, not plan Z, but like plan C is spend Kinnan, right?
Yeah, like, it's not good. But
So
it's something to do.
Yeah,
you can still hit a Consphinx.
Plan A is Drawingen. Plan B is a turbo push. We haven't seen one of those hands yet, but it's just one of those, like, you have turn 2 Basalt. It happens sometimes. And then plan C is like, you're down bad, you're spending Kinnan. So yeah,
this is something, but it's not perfect.
No, this is a trap.
Yeah,
So
let's do one more. Let's do a good one.
So this is
It's Landfish Basalt. There you go.
Landfish Basalt. Yeah, this is it. We're strapping in. We have an outlet. We are good to go.
We don't even have to go through these heads.
We
These
don't
are
even have
just
to go.
good heads.
You're winning the game.
It also has a misdirection backup, but yeah, I think this is a good representation of just what the deck does. Right, you just get draw engines. You don't necessarily care about anything else until later.
Let's do one more that we're going to pretend is a mold of 4.
Yeah. Okay,
so
mold
we're
of
going to
4.
pretend that this is a mold of 4. Okay. So this is our mold of 4. We're keeping it. So
yeah, I think I know what my 4 would be.
Yep. So we're gonna keep land, Mox Diamond, and then so here is the weird part. The transmute we could keep and try to push for a Basalt because we have a turn 1 Kinnan currently.
Yeah.
The problem is we have no outlet, and so we have to hope that we just draw an outlet. And a lot of the times, if you resolve a Basalt with nothing to do with it, you become the threat for no reason.
Yep.
Like, people lock eyes on you. They know that you're one draw away from winning the game. You don't want to be that threat. So you'd rather put yourself in a position where you can win the game better later. So I am taking the Flash Photography.
Same. All right, cool.
And just hoping that
we draw any source of mana.
Yep. So we'll move all of these to the bottom of the library. Let's just play this one out very quickly. We'll draw for turn. We have birds. Yep.
Great.
So we're just going to play the birds first.
I don't even know. I don't think you need a Mox Diamond right away either. You can just wait on it. You can if you want.
I think I do here just so that it's available. But yeah, this is what I'm going.
That's why I like this.
Next turn, we are going to kind of cast Kinnan. And then I have 2 mana up, so we're slow, but we were on a mold of 4.
Yeah.
So turn 3, let's look at what our turn 3 is.
This still is turn 3 fish, worst case scenario now.
Yep, exactly. So we have a land.
Or flash.
So now we have Flash Photography and a fish. So we are paying 4 mana for a fish, which we have plenty of mana to do and keep. Like, here's 4 mana. We have a turn 3 fish. Or you can Flash Photography, copy something that, maybe there's a Ristic on the board or, something else.
There's also a world where, you just get more mana and then cast a fish. You copy something with Flash Photo, like an Arcane Signet. Then you still have 4 mana. Guess what? You just get and cast a fish.
Yeah. And let's just give an example of, like, okay, even here, let's Flash Photography. The only thing is an Arcane Signet. This game's really, really slow for some reason.
Got lucky.
We're getting stacks out. Let's go to our next turn. So we have a Nezahal. So you can either, we can either Nezahal, or, which is honestly what you should do here, or you can
just get a fish.
Get a fish. Yeah. So I was pretending like we didn't have the ability to get a fish with that, but. Yeah, I think sometimes you just have to trust that the deck, like I said, is going to give you what you need to get back into this game. And so, turn 4 Nezahal is not the worst thing in the world. It's crazy how many cards you could draw.
That's what the deck does, right? It's
this cannot be paid for. So it's a fish it's
a one-time fish.
Draws cards. So
pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good showcase of how NBC just works as a great deck and has, even on low moles, good outcomes.
Yep.
But also just. It specifically is very good with deals, and that is relevant to what we did today.
I know you've been dabbling in the Kinnan space a little bit. Yeah,
I did a little more beforehand, but I'm still doing a little bit.
Yeah, I'm as Roll says with TNT, I'm ready to welcome you back into the dark side.
Well, I think Nick Fury is going to call my name way more.
That card is so good. Oh my gosh, I think we're all going to play Nick Fury by the end of the year. It's just going to be like. You're gonna have to ban that card, I think. I really think that the meta share is gonna be so high by the end of the year that they're going to have to ban it.
Okay, closing thought. Do you think they will, though? I don't think it's ban-worthy in the sense that the card is broken. I think it's just ban-worthy in the sense that it's redonkulous.
If 60% of our meta share is Nick Fury, do you
60? You think 60 in the Brewers format is...
I think the card is so good. I think it is so good.
I think there's too much brewing for ever hit anything more than like 20 even. 60 is crazy. 60 is insane. You know that, right?
That is insane.
Every deck specialist
like Nadu,
is like...
I'm talking like Nadu level. What was Nadu like?
Even the
35%?
Nadu was like, no, Nadu was like 10% maybe. Like it wasn't even that much.
All right, I don't know what I'm talking about.
60 is insane. I hope you know.
You made it this far and you listen to me ramble.
No format sees
you listen 30%. To me ramble about everything. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I do think it is. I think it is going to become as popular or more popular than Blue Farm.
I think so too. Again, you just have 5 colors on a 1-drop. You don't have the draw engine, but you don't care.
Yeah, you don't care. It's like what Rograk wanted to be. Like the only card better I could ever think of is if it costed 0, and I just like maybe in 10 years the power.
Oh, it would instantly get banned if it was like, a 0-drop 5-color commander. It would instantly.
But it's crazy. Like 1 white mana, turn on Springleaf Drum, turn on
Mox Amber, Culling the Weak, Diabolic Intent.
It's so
Fierce Swat, like
Fierce
everything.
Swat, Deadly Raw, like you can even run if you wanted to. Like it's just so gross.
Super good. I think that's it for today. Yeah. It was really, really nice to talk about some deals and really what you guys should and shouldn't be doing in the art of the deals. But
let us know in the comments what your experience is with deals and what you think you should be looking for. Let your other people know
what we missed, because apparently we always miss things because I'm bad at talking. But that's just a regular statement. So that's all we got for today. It was nice talking, and see y'all next time.
See you.
Bye.